think everyone in this day and age of Roblox will agree that its front page is pretty awful. It's pretty obvious seeing a lot of uninspired cash grabs, or even worse, like brain rot games on the platform. And the horror genre isn't really that different as well. Of course, there's exceptions of this, like Doors is a pretty great game, but a lot of front page horror games feel like there's little substance at best, or being completely ruined by the worst kinds of people. However, beyond the front page are smaller games. Some are true hidden gems on the platform. And I think the most underrated game on the platform is Into the Abyss by the group called the Artifact Retrieval Company. So, you may be asking, what is this game about? What game mechanics are there? Especially with a kinda generic name. Like, I feel like I've seen the word Abyss in quite a few Roblox games before. Well, it's a game that takes a nice twist on the Lethal Company's genre of collecting scrap and going through progressively harder levels. However, unlike Lethal Company, or any other clone for that matter, instead of reaching a certain quota, the game relies on getting the core artifact of each level to progress, which is in this case going down a floor in an elevator. While there's still items on the level to sell and craft with to help you on later levels, it's the main goal. Your main goal is to try to find and locate a core room, where you can find a glowing object, which is the artifact. The artifact ranges from random silly objects, ranging from a cat burger, a cat chicken wing, to a literal cool pineapple with sunglasses. There's even special collabs, like Wet Umbrella being a collaboration with Flavor Foley's music video known as Weather Girl. There's even a sick soundtrack that plays with it, but more about the game soundtrack later. While half the trouble is getting to the core alive, the other half of the challenge is bringing the core to the elevator in time, if you remember where the elevator is. After finishing the round, you can place the artifact in the battery of the elevator, charging said battery. Once you fully charge the battery, it allows you to unlock different maps. Though there's only 2 maps in this latest version, which is Facility and Meat Locker. Though there's technically 2 more maps in the Legacy version of the game, which is Overgrown and Recycling Plant. However, like I said, it being just the old Legacy part of the game, I won't be covering those 2 maps in this video. The first map you'll experience in this game is the Facility. It's nothing too fancy, just a mix of concrete hallways, catwalks, broken office spaces, and etc. Also, there's these doors that will close once you get the artifact. So you better move fast, or else you'll get trapped, or even worse, squished to death. The next map is Meat Locker, and it's just a big giant freezer. You could actually get cold in the game, eventually impairing your vision and making stamina regeneration slow down or stop altogether. In the map, you'll find, well, random meat and blood bags everywhere. Also, there's vents you can go into this map. It's very fun venting in this game. I swear, I am not the imposter. I am not the Sometimes, these maps can randomly get modifiers. One example is Lights Out. I think it's really self-explanatory. Lights Out is, well, all the lights just get shut off unless you find the breaker somewhere. So I hope you bring a flashlight, since it gets dark. Like, really, really dark. And when the game gets dark, there's a high chance that different entities could spawn, making the game harder than it already is. I am not going to go over every single entity you will find here, since it will take forever to go over each one, and I do not want to spoil everything. However, I'll talk about the two most common entities that you'll find here when first playing this game, which is the TV head and the bounty hunter. Starting off with TV head, it's a tall figure with an exposed rib cage, a sharp knife for its arm, and well, having an old CRT TV for its head. TV head makes a very loud static sound when you're near it. However, it won't chase you unless you're in the line of sight. If it does chase you, it will make a loud wailing vocal sound, and it will try to stab you to death. To escape its line of sight, you could either hide in a locker, run out of line of sight, or go back to the elevator and close the door. Bounty hunter is a guy in a trench coat with a glowing eye and wielding a shotgun. So if you get in line of sight, you can guess what will probably happen. Unlike TV head, however, he doesn't make much noise besides a few footsteps and quite a deep voice line. Combined with the darker colors, it makes seeing him much harder than TV head. Though, if you know he's around, hiding on locker is your best bet. The bounty hunter also can set bear traps around, so be careful where you step. But what's cool about this game is that you can fight back. If you have the right kinds of scrap you found, you can craft certain items that will help you on your journey. Like, take an example, you can craft your own shotgun that you can shoot back at entities with. Most requires 2 bullet shells to kill, so I will make sure you completely fill up your shotgun before using it. There's also useful things to craft as well, such as a flashlight, a metal detector to find other nearby scrap, or etc. You can also sell scrap to save up money for the shop, which you can also use to buy upgrades like a revive machine, or buy items such as bandages to heal yourself, flashlights again, body parts for the revive machine, or etc. Another reason why I think I like this game is that it balances its silly nature with its serious gameplay. It's not really a scary game, to be honest, but with the entities and map size, it can be a really serious challenge sometimes. But at the same time, there's moments of comic relief in the game, such as the artifacts in the game being completely random cat objects, or the standing sign with a meme on it. Clicking it will make a higher and higher pitch sound until the sign explodes. And speaking about the silly side of the game, I don't think I'll serve the game justice if I do not talk about Bellamon. He is an anthropomorphic cat that runs the shop of this expedition. I'm not like a furry or anything, but I just love this character design and dynamics. I just love the way he talks. It's so expressive and kinda cute. Overall, he has a really clean and polished animation. Even though he only gives out a small amount of tips when you talk to him, I do it regardless because I just love this character. In the legacy version of this game, you could also destroy his little bell. It's kind of funny seeing him crash out while destroying it, renaming himself to Yelmon. One last reason I think this game is an underrated masterpiece is its soundtrack. While good games doesn't necessarily need music, it really adds to the mood and experience of the game. In my opinion, this game has some of the most underappreciated bangers for a Roblox game. So here's my standouts in no particular order. Yeah, this is pretty much my thoughts of this game. I know I'm only scratching the surface of this game, but I do not want to spoil everything, and also want to keep this video short. There's also a guidebook in this game as well, so you can read more if you want to learn about each different monster, item, etc. that the video hasn't covered. Hopefully this video reaches as much people as possible, as I really want this game to succeed. It's kinda a shame that this game has less than 50 active players at any given time. And no, I am not sponsored by them. But this will do for the video for now. Hopefully I can see y'all later. Bye!